Welcome to News Plus on Viewer Television. My name is Patient Sidi. President Bola Tinubu has departed Nairobi, Kenya after attending the 5th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union. During the meeting, Tinubu announced plans to strengthen the ECOWAS standby force to tackle and combat terrorism in the sub-region. He also reaffirmed Africa's unity and strength while rejecting the notion of a new scramble for Africa. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, says the 10th Assembly will pass quality legislation that will raise the standard of education in the country. Akpabio made the pledge during the 10th National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies at University of Uniben matriculation ceremony for postgraduate programs in Abuja. Represented by the Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibrin Barrow, Akpabio implored the matriculating students to see the opportunity of their admission as a great privilege, as the knowledge they will acquire cannot be found in conventional universities. He said that the programs will offer the matriculants the needed knowledge to contribute to the nation's democracy and national development. Also speaking, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, said that the imperatives of research, training and education in fostering a strong, virile and vibrant democracy could not be overemphasized. The Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology has revealed that the federal government has approved 9,000 licensed filling stations for the co-location of compressed natural gas of autogas fuel dispensers, amid the price of petrol rising to 500 per litre from 189 alternatives are being sought to cushion the pain of the surge in fuel price. According to the Institute, in the communique says, there are 50 conversion centers currently upgrading for mass conversion. Also, auto assemblers are already producing fit-for-purpose dual fuel vehicles in the country, where gas production was between 8.15 billion to 8.35 billion standard cubic feet a day. FG says it is supporting the deployment of over 1 million conversion kits for trucks and smaller vehicles, the communique further stated. The House of Representatives is currently screening the service chiefs nominated by President Bola Tinubu. The service chiefs include Major General Christopher Musa, Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Tarid Lagbaja, Chief of Army Staff, Rear Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, Chief of Naval Staff, and AVM Hassan Abubakar, the Chief of Air Staff. The chairman of the ad hoc committee of the House, Baba Jimmy Benson, said members of the armed forces must adhere strictly to the provisions of the Appropriation Act and urge them to work in synergy by sharing intelligence. He further said the performance of the service chief will be reviewed by the National Assembly if they are confirmed. The Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, vowed that under his watch, the armed forces will protect the territorial integrity of the country and work in synergy. Also, the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Tarid Lagbaja, said he will work in sync with other security chiefs to ensure that the country is secured. He also said he is mindful of the nation's security challenges and will work to transform the army into a well-trained, proactive force. The screening has now gone into an executive session. After his re-election and successful inauguration, Inuwa Yahaya has sworn in Professor Ibrahim Njudi as secretary to the state government for the second term. The event, which took place at the new banquet hall of Gombe State Government House, also included submission of report by Transition Management Committee as well as inauguration of State Honorary Advisory Council. And now our correspondent Christopher Luca completes the story.
The day begins with the arrival of guests ready for the grand occasion.
Thank you so much.
The orator reads the citation of the reappointed SSG, after which oath of office and oath of allegiance were administered.
In all I do. So help me God. So help me God.
For Professor Njodi, this will be another opportunity to serve the people, and he wouldn't take it for granted.
First tenure, yes, it was challenging and of course quite revealing. There were mistakes, but again because we were learning. Now the second tenure is consolidation, because we have learned so much in terms of the art of governance, in terms of how to now move things happen, and then we will do better this time around.
Shortly after the swearing, Gombe State Transition Management Committee presents this report highlighting mileposts recorded during Inwo's first time in office, including recommendations for the smooth sailing of the second term.
During the course of our work, we were able to determine that out of the over 100 billion in debt inherited from the previous administration, your administration has paid approximately 33 billion naira. Also, by implementing prudent public financial management, the state has received 26 billion through the State Fiscal Transparency, Accountability and Sustainability Program, making it the fourth most successful state in public financial management in the country.
A new innovation by the Inwo Yahaya administration is the constitution and inauguration of the State Honorary Advisory Council, which he describes as pivotal to Gombe State's continued progress on the path of growth and development by ensuring robust implementation of Gombe State's 10-year development plan DEVEGOM and governance, amongst other terms of reference.
Will create a thriving ecosystem where every citizen can flourish.
The governor says innovations championed by his administration are aimed at turning challenges into opportunities.
For sure, our movement in this second term is going to be a very, very tasking one, an arduous task that demands each and everybody to be on board. But I'm sure with your support, we shall reach the destination, and we shall reach in high school.
In his first term, Governor Inwo Yahaya received national and international recommendations for his far-reaching humanitarian projects in Gombe State. As his second coming takes shape, the people of Gombe State resonate with Inwo Yahaya's renewed promises for more development in Gombe State. Christopher Luka, Viewer Television News, Gombe.
Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP has urged Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas to draw a plan to spend 40 billion naira and on 465 bulletproof cars for members and principal officials and 770 billion as palliatives for new members. SERAP urged them to repeal the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Act National Assembly by 110 billion reflect on current economic realities in the country and address impact of the removal of fuel subsidy over 137 million poor Nigerians. The organization implored them to request President Bola Tinubu to present a fresh supplementary appropriation bill and redirect the 110 billion to address the problem of over 20 million out-of-school children in Nigeria. In a letter signed at the weekend by Deputy Director of SERAP, Kolowale Oluwadare, the organization said travesty and apparent conflict of interest and self-dealing by members of the National Assembly must stop. It's time for a break, and when we come back, we have more news for you.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm at the Envoy Hotel, Diplomatic Drive 305, here for a business weekend. It's been an amazing stay. Conference hall and business facilities here are stylish and innovative. The Envoy Hotel is luxury, esoteric, opulence, for ultimate comfort.
Discerning travelers, we are more than just a place to stay. We are an icon of comfort, style, and thoughtful luxury. We are Envoy Hotel.
In this 21st century, where all the information we need is now in the palm of our hands. News from around the world, entertainment, celebrity gossip, sports, and much more. The only thing that you need is the right source. Viewer TV is now on the go. Simply check us out on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter for all the information you need.
Welcome back from the break. If you're just joining, this is News Plus on Viewer Television. Now, the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, and the Chartered Institute of Forensic and Certified Food Investigator of Nigeria are set to collaborate to establish a cybersecurity laboratory in 2024. Kashifu Inua, Director General of NITDA, gave the assurance Monday in a statement issued by Hadiza Umar, Head Corporate Affairs and External Relations in Abuja. While receiving the president of the organization, Dr. Ilyasu Gashimbak, and his team said the collaboration was necessary to promote digital forensics reinvigoratory to tech ecosystem and mitigate cybercrimes in the digital space. The Director General said that perpetrators of the cybercrime invested well in research information technology and powerful tools to launch attacks, and taking proactive steps to counter them was non-negotiable. He also said that some organizations do not take into cognizance the need to ensure cybersecurity while developing their digital services, which had full attacks by internet fraudsters. A 19-year-old student, Benjamin Deberechi, has been arrested at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, by the NDLEA for attempting to export 7.2 kilograms of methamphetamine concealed in crayfish to Europe, where he was going for undergraduate status. The teenager was intercepted during an outward clearance of passengers on Turkish Airlines flight TK-0224 while being interviewed by operatives. The Berechi claimed he was a student on his way to Cyprus for studies, but upon a search of his luggage, he was found in possession of 7.2 kilograms of whitish substance neatly concealed inside a sack of crayfish, also named methamphetamine. Also, a Lagos-based female lawyer, Abikolade Helen, who specializes in production and distribution of scoochies, a mixture of cannabis, opioids, and blackcurrant, has been arrested during a follow-up operation in Awka, Anambra State. CBN has announced a substantial reduction in the cash reserve requirement for merchant banks from 32.5% to 10% effective from August 1st, 2023. However, the central bank aims to enhance liquidity and enable merchant banks to extend more loans to support the development of the Nigerian economy. The reduction was revealed in a circular issued by the CBN's Director of Banking Supervision Department, Haruna Mustafa. The decision comes as part of the CBN's effort to fine-tune monetary policy tools and regulations to promote economic growth and financial stability. The Edo State government has called for the collaboration and support of nursing professionals in the state to sustain its ongoing revamp of the state healthcare system, ensuring them of improved welfare and other incentives to guarantee effective and efficient healthcare services delivery to the people of Edo. The Edo State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Samuel Ali, made the call when he received members of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, led by its chairman, Catherine Essene, who was on a courtesy visit to his office in Benin City. Reassuring of the government's commitment to improve access to quality healthcare delivery to Edo people, the commissioner said the government is strengthening efforts to address the issue of quackery in the state. Are Musulumi of Yoruba Land, Edo and Delta State, Dawood Akinolo, and on Sunday awarded scholarship to 4 Muslim female students of Faculty of Law, Lagos State University, who graduated with first class. Akinola said that it came as a surprise to him that the 4 first-class students are female Muslims, saying that this should be a challenge to their male counterparts. Akinola said that it was his duty as Are Muslimi to always encourage Muslims who were role models and good ambassadors of Islam. He promised to adopt one of the awardees, Balkis Rufai, who is an orphan, as his daughter. And also, Are Muslimi gave 1 million to each of the students, also promised to sponsor their program in the law school.
Ladies and boys and junior ones, and even for Islam, that is what Are has to do. That is his duty. The duty of Are to make sure Islam is progressive, and anybody that attach his name to Islam, Are is bound to make sure he was there for them in terms of needs and anything that you need to do. So even to human being like yourself.
You just prepare your mind that people already see you as a nobody once you cover your head. So you're proving to the world that you are somebody is a jihad. And this jihad has just begun. You are going to have more challenges. So along your path, you are jihadists. Intellectual jihad means the world is not about carrying guns and machines these days. You are jihadists.
By the grace of God. Yes, it's by the will of God that we are able to achieve this. So first, that's the very first thing I have to say. That I'm very grateful to Almighty Allah for making it a reality. We are not the only ones that attend university. But Allah made it true that the four of us we are very close friends from the beginning. And it is Allah's guidance that made us grow from that 200 level, 100 level relationship to this end. And it is guidance that made it possible.
The Kano state government has refuted reports claiming that it opposed the sharing a formula of the 500 billion palliative to be disbursed to state by the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government. In a statement, the deputy governor of Kano State, Aminu Gwarzo, denied and distanced himself from the misinformation. According to the Deputy Governor's Press Secretary Ibrahim Shoaibu, the report falsely claimed that they criticized the administration led by President Tinubu for the allocation formula of 500 billion, which was allocated through the Bank of Industry to support small-scale industry across the country. Shoaibu clarified the context of the Deputy Governor's remarks, stating Comrade Gwarzo had referred to a news segment he watched on Thursday morning featuring Senator Ali Indimi, who expressed concern about the allocation formula. The press secretary emphasized that at the point did the Deputy Governor mention the name of the President in his statement. And now on the international scene, Italian health officials have intensified heat warnings as southern Europe began to brutally a hot week, with temperatures expected to be top 40 degrees Celsius on the continent. The health ministry issued 10 recommendations to protect elderly people and the sick as well as pets, urging people to stay indoors during the hottest hours. Drink at least 1.5 liters of water a day and refrain from strenuous exercise at peak daylight times. The European Union and Tunisia signed a strategic partnership in Tunis on Sunday. The partnership focuses on the fight against illegal immigration, but also designed to support the North African country in the face of serious economic difficulties. And the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, welcomed the agreement, which will enable Tunisia to invest in shared prosperity, citing 5 pillars, including the all-important questions of immigration. Along with Libya, Tunisia is the main point of departure for thousands of migrants crossing the central Mediterranean to Europe. The Memorandum of Understanding marks another important step towards tackling the migration crisis in an integrated way. Russia says it has halted participation in a landmark United Nations brokered deal which allow Ukrainian grains to be exported through the Black Sea just hours after Moscow said Ukraine had attacked the Crimean Bridge. 2 people were killed and their daughter was wounded in what Russia cast as a terrorist attack on a major artery for the Russian troops fighting in Ukraine and a prestigious project personally opened by President Vladimir Putin. A Russian couple were killed and their 14-year-old daughter has been taken to hospital with head and chest injuries. The Kremlin said the halting of agreement brokered by the United Nations and Turkey to combat the global food crisis worsened by Russia's invasion of its neighbor and had nothing to do with the bridge attack. And that's all on News Plus. My name is Patient City. Many thanks for watching. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.